Good morning, dear students. So, welcome back again. There is duration of mathematician, and there is part 5 session. So, in the last 4 session, the last 4 classes, we discussed the experimental study of the photoelectric effect. There, we discussed the effect of how the photoelectric current is going to be depend on the intensity, frequency, potential difference, and the nature of the material. So this is what we discussed in the last 4 classes. Okay. Now in today's class, we are discussing some of the experimental observations of the photoelectric effect. So from that experimental study, what we observed, that means we can say here this topic also we can call it as the laws of photoelectric effect. Okay. From the experiment, what we observed, that is some of the observations, what we observed in the experiment. Okay, so which is very important. This question they might ask you for 3 marks. It is experimental study of, experimental observations of photoelectric effect, or also it is also called as laws of photoelectric effect. So one by one we will discuss what we observed in the experiment day. The first observation, it is that here the photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process. Here in experiment, the photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process. That means the time interval between the incidence of radiation on the photometal and the emission of the electrons from the surface of the metal is 10 to the power of minus 9 second. That means it is very fast, instant process है बोल सकते हैं. जब भी कोई certain incident radiation जब उस metal surface पे जब incident होंगे और उस metal surface में जो electrons है जब वो emit होंगे तब उनका जो time interval होगा वो कितना है वहाँ पे 10 to the power of minus 9 second. That means it is an instantaneous process. That is very fast process. And so this was the first observation we observed here. Okay, in the experiment. Next, second observation, what it was, that for a given photometal, and the frequency of the incident radiation, photoelectric current, here PEC means, here in short I am writing, photoelectric current is directly proportional to the intensity of the incident radiation. That means here it is independent of the frequency of the incident radiation. It is independent of the frequency of the incident radiation. इसका मतलब ये है photoelectric current जो है वो directly proportional है किससे, intensity of the incident radiation से, और वो independent of the frequency of the incident radiation. That is not depending, it is not directly depending on the frequency. Okay, so this was the second observation. And the third observation, it says that for a given photometal and frequency of incident radiation, stopping potential and is directly proportional to the frequency of the incident radiation. Frequency of the incident radiation. That means stopping potential and maximum kinetic energy both are directly proportional to the frequency of the incident radiation, but it is independent. Stopping potential and maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron are independent of the intensity of the incident radiation. I'm not writing that point. Just you should remember that it is stopping potential and maximum kinetic energy of the photolitons are directly proportional to the frequency of the incident radiation, and it is independent. Of the intensity of the incident radiation. And the fourth observation which we observed in the experiment, the fourth observation is what here, that for any given photometal, so here and frequency of the incident radiation, there is a minimum frequency below which there is no photoelectric emission. That frequency is called, that is threshold frequency. So we already discussed this definition in the last class. That is threshold frequency. What is threshold frequency? Threshold frequency is for an incident radiation. There is some minimum frequency below which there will be no photoelectric emission. That frequency is called as a minimum frequency. अगर उस मेटल सरफेस को अगर वो minimum frequency of incident radiation मिल गया, तभी photoelectric emission possible है, below which there is no emission of electrons, we can say. So such minimum frequency is called as a threshold frequency. So this is what we discussed this is what we have observed in the experiment. The first, it says that it is an instantaneous process. That is photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process. And the second observation, it says that for a given photometal and a frequency of incident radiation, photoelectric current is always directly proportional to the intensity of the incident radiation. The photoelectric current is not depending on the frequency of the incident radiation. It is directly proportional to the intensity. And the third, it says that for a given photometal and frequency of incident radiation, stopping potential and the maximum kinetic energy of the electrons, or it is the maximum energy of the photoelectrons, is directly proportional to the frequency of the incident radiation, and it is independent of the intensity of the radiation. And the last observation, for a given photometal and a frequency of the incident radiation, there occurs a minimum frequency. There is a minimum frequency below which there is no photoelectric emission. Such frequency is called as a threshold frequency. So this is what we discussed in the last class. In the today's class. So in the previous classes we studied the experimental study, and in today's class we discussed the experimental observations of the photoelectric effect. Okay. Now the next our topic is particle nature of light. As the name itself it is stated, the particle nature means light is having the particle nature. So from this photoelectric effect, it has been established the fact that when a beam of light, when it is coming in interaction with the matter, there it shows like it is made up of of quanta, or you can say quanta or energy packets. You can say energy packets. Okay, it has established that established a fact that when a beam of light, when it is in interaction with the matter, it behaves as it is made up of a quanta or energy packets. Okay, these quanta or energy packets are called as we can say these energy packets are called as photons here. They are called as photons. Okay, so this is what we came to know, that these quanta or the energy packets are called as photons. Okay, so now let us study some of the features of this photons. Features. Okay, so what it says that each photon is having an energy of E is equal to h. Each photon is having an energy of, that is how much, E is equal to h. Okay, and these photons are electrically neutral. They are electrically neutral. Photons are the electrically neutral. And third, what it says that when these photons, when they collide with the what we can say matter, okay, when they collide with the matter, so the particles which are present in the matter, so there is a collision which is called as we can say elastic collision. Elastic collision. When they collide, when these photons and the particles of the matter, when they collide, such collision is called as we can say it is elastic collision. There is called as an elastic collision. The first feature is what? Each photon is having how much energy? E is equal to h nu, and the photons are the electrically neutral. And third is the collision between the photons and the particles of the matter. It was what type of collision? It is an elastic collision here. And the fourth one is the rest mass of the photon is always 0. The rest mass of a photon is always 0 here. So these are some features about the photons. Okay. So where in what is stated in this topic, that the light is having a particle nature here. So when the light radiation, when it is interacting with the matter, then in such case it behaves as a quanta, or as it behaves as it is made up of a quanta or energy packets. Those are called as photons. Okay. So this is what we have studied in today's class. So in today's topic, in today's class, we will stop here only. Next we will continue.